besties, welcome to the YouTube channel. I am Kira's child, Lol, and today I will be drawing a baddie anime girl, and you guys get to follow along in the process. Let's get to it. So starting off, I start by drawing some guidelines, like circles and lines where the eyes will go, and also just mapping out the shape of my face. For me, this is honestly my least favorite part of drawing, because it's just boring shapes and I find it really uninteresting, so I'm just going to speed through this part a little bit. You can pause as you go if you want to follow it along, but here I'm adding marks for the ears and the eyes, the nose, and the mouth so that I know how far apart everything is and I have a general guide of it. I find that if I don't use guidelines like this, my art gets all sloppy and confusing, and then I wish I was confusing because I can't about it. I hate math and movement. I wanted to calculate even more. What is hyperbole videos right now? Can somebody tell me why I draw how to calculate this? Why I spend a whole year doing something that I'm never going to use. At the end of the day, just use the guidelines because honestly, it's easier to put more effort in and then not be confused by your own artwork in the end and want to give up completely. Trust me, I've been there, and that is not fun at all. Moving forward, as you can see, I already drew the ears, and the ears are pretty simple. You just kind of draw a C shape with more C shapes inside. If you guys want, I can do a fuller, deep tutorial on that later, but I moved on to the lips. For the lips, draw a little W or M shape at the top, and then draw a little semicircle on the bottom and connect it where your mouth guideline was. Then coming into the nose, I like to start by just shaping out the whole nose, and then I go back later and I erase all the non-necessary lines. Like, I don't want it to be completely defined, but I like to draw it out first so that I know what I'm looking at when I go to erase stuff later. Here I'm starting to draw the eyebrows. I just start from going up from the nose so I know where I'm connecting to and drawing two straight lines coming outward. It kind of looks like a bird now that I look at it, but I didn't even think of that before. And then I'm going to erase those extra nose lines that I was talking about before and just make it kind of one-sided. I feel like this makes it more anime art stylish because it's not as defined and not as drawn out as something maybe more realistic or a different art style than I would do. Now I'm erasing all the eye guidelines, and then I'm going to go in with drawing the eyebrows and the eyes. Here I was doing some weird transition thing that I decided I need to do, and oh, jump scare. So I finished the eyebrows here. In order to do the eyebrows, I kind of just did a hashing style of shading in the shape of an eyebrow, so like a rectangle with a triangle. You could do whatever eyebrow shape you wanted. And then I did the lashes. I tried to start off by drawing basically a ramen bowl and then erasing what I didn't need and then keeping the lash line and the bottom lash line and filling in with little wispy lashes. I like to do like a 3/4 circle when I draw my pupils. And now I've caught up to the video, so I can slow down talking. Okay, so for this next part, I'm going to start mapping out the hair. To start, I draw a little point where the hair is coming out of, and then I draw these almost banana-like shapes out for the bangs. This helps me figure out where I want everything to go, and then I can kind of go back and add more details later on. Okay, so for this next part, I started drawing out the length of the hair. So for the length of the hair, I just kind of was drawing straight hair, so I drew it down from the sides and then filled it in with little lines to represent the angling of the hair. Yeah, and then I just cut it off at the bottom. And here I'm going back and I'm erasing all my guidelines and all my messy parts.
Several hours later.
Okay, and moving on to our last step. For the hair, you're just gonna fill it in, and then fill it in some more, and then fill it in some more,
and then fill it in some more.
Okay guys, that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!